it's with great honor that I invite our 2025 donor, Mr. Akinfenwa, for the keynote speech.
Hey
There you go.
everybody, can you hear
Thank
me?
you. Yes.
All right, all right. Thank you so much, Uraola and Ebele, and every one of our speakers that has led the way ahead of time. It's been a pleasure, a honor, a dream come true. Also, I think I've been a honorary WAAW Foundation member too. Really, whether you guys like it or not, for a while. Your founder is a friend and mentor of mine, and she's been a true trooper, a real luminary in our community in the US here. And over time, I've seen her practically live the life. It's not just talking about it. So it's been just amazing, a delight to be part of this program itself. So I'm not going to waste too much time, but just jump into some of the things I feel for most of you, you're here not because it's an accident, you're a force of nature. You are here because impossible is nothing. You've worked hard to be here. So it's not an accident. We're just blessed to be vessel to be part of your story. We're a footnote to your story, that's all. Um, with or without us, you're a force. Things will happen for you positively. So today, there are three things I would like to just sneak in. And hopefully it can inspire one or two people in the journey together. So I'll talk about three different community women that have made some impactful transformation that I think might be useful to some of us, might be a good story to inspire us. At least it inspired me. Okay, so I would hopefully y'all can see my screen and I'll
Yes.
just
Yes.
all right. So I'll be very brief, straight to the point. The power of collective action. So when ordinary people make extraordinary changes, in simple terms, what if the ending of a brutal civil war lay in the hands of women armed only with white t-shirts and unwavering belief and faith, right? And that leads us to a story, over time. In the early 2000s, there was a civil war. Most of us are aware of it in Liberia, right? And there was a social worker, Lehman Bowie, and they took mobilization with thousands of different ethnic groups, faith leaders, Christian, Muslims, to protest non-violently, right, demanding an end to the conflict. At the early stage, when they started this non-violent resistance, it seems like a futile, wasted effort, right? And the power of one, the impact one person can make. Believe it or not, this was one of the main foundation towards ending years of civil war, and ultimately leading even to the election of the first female president in Liberia at that point in time. So the power of engagement. For all of us on the call today, I challenge us to keep engaging your community. Wherever your ecosystem is, wherever life takes you in, engagement, engagement, engagement. In the US here, one of the big things, I'm in a board in my city, and one of the things that is huge within our city, our community, and our Texas here is the word engagement, right? Engagement means we look out for our neighbors. We are very proactive to be involved in your community. It means if you're not part of the decision makers, and I challenge everyone, all of you are leaders here. So that's the first mindset. And your foundation, I believe, should be engagement. You have to be very engaged. And the reason is simple. If we are not engaged in civil duty, in community events, volunteering a lot, whatever your space or circle of influence is, then decision making and makers would make decisions that likely would not always be in your best interest because you are not even engaged. So I challenge you for a start. Every one of us be intentional about being engaged. The second one is believe. And the reason I think believe is a big one is, you know, the first president of Liberia, right? The first female president of Liberia, she was imprisoned for being an opposition, right? She fled, she went to exile, she was persecuted, but she had unwavering resolve and vision to survive the hardship, right? Then eventually she became the first president, female president of Liberia at that point in time. But what I will challenge everyone is believe. And what does believe mean to you? What does believe really say about you? You don't need to be religious to know you are what you think. Sometimes I challenge you also, don't be casual with your thinking. Don't be, there is no joke in even thinking yourself down. It's not even cool. Um, you got to believe. You have to be very intentional to believe and believe positive things, believe bold, great things. Laugh at yourself in the mirror because your belief system is just so overwhelmingly big. And why go small? Anyway, I mean, it's the same power, the same faith, I believe, if you're in, that it takes to move a little impact versus a large impact. It does not matter. It's the same faith or belief system. So I challenge you, keep believing. Believe in your dreams. Don't let anyone shortchange you. Don't let anyone talk you out of your belief. I know some of you have had some dreams in the past that you've kind of shelved and kept and put together somewhere. I challenge you, go back and dust it out. Go back and get it back to track. Get your belief system back up. And the beautiful thing is, I chose this woman because I felt we can relate with a lot of these luminaries that have walked the path ahead of us. And I know we are focused on STEM, we are focused on leadership, we are focused on impact. These are people that have gone through the same journey. At one point, it was tough, and I challenge you. Remember again, there will be tough moments. Some of you are going through your tough moments now. Some of you are going through imposter syndrome, like, oh, well, am I meant to be here? I challenge you to keep believing. I challenge you to be a reader too. You're a leader, so there's no shortcut to it. For some of us, we might be in positions, maybe you're remotely taking your education, you're physically going there. The power of the internet, the power of books is unbelievable. I grew up I went to a college that was in Nigeria, my first degree, and I was in a place that was really up northern part of the country. Stereotypically, you would think it's not really a developed place, yes. However, there was something that was a plain field that I saw then, and that was we had a very good library in this college, right? And believe it or not, I just used to personally just go to the library and just soak myself in. And I had this weird imagination. I would listen to Martin Luther King speeches. I would just be there alone. And I was doing engineering, by the way, then. And I just, scratch it. I just left it behind because I felt, you know what? Yeah, this is not really, I was doing it for the sake of passing. But my true belief was I wanted my mind to be broad. I'll go read news magazines on global event, national, just to kind of broaden the mind. So I challenge you, wherever your location is, get a book, stretch the imagination. Zero limitation. Always remember that zero limitation. Okay. And the final one I would like to talk about is ultimately execution. So we've taken the first one. The first one is engagement. We got to be engaged. Keep being engaged wherever life takes you, wherever situation you're in a school, you are in a what college you are, you are in a community, be involved, be engaged. You have to be engaged, really. We make changes by being engaged. The next one is you got to believe too. So I challenge you, keep believing, keep believing. Sometimes the situation does not look right, does not feel right, might not stretch a belief. Pick a book. Hopefully, there's a book wherever we are. Pick a book that can stretch your imagination. Go online, listen to books, or watch books, whatever it is to make you stretch your vision. And ultimately, execution. Execution takes me to a very interesting story of how did a group of women turn seaweed into symbol of independence, you know? And this is a very good story that I like. In Zanzibar, these low income seaweed farmers, it was dominated by women, and suddenly they began using seaweed to produce high quality beauty materials. They innovated so much it became a way to elevate income for families. It showcased the power of innovation and determination of women, really. So Zanzibar, it's a popular one is mamas, they call them in Zanzibar. So it became a big deal, for this community. And right now, most of us know Zanzibar is one of the top joints for tourism in Africa also. So it's a big one. But these are people that came together, the power of coming together for women within the community, engaged, believing, and ultimately executing. An idea without execution is simply a fantasy, right? At the end of the day. So there are so many ideas we all have. And I challenge everybody on this call, whatever stage you are in, whatever your ideas are, whatever those babies are that you feel, okay, this is my idea, this is my baby, this is what I believe in. At the end of the day, it's all about execution. Execution. And in the course of the execution, you're going to fail forward. So don't stress it, okay? It's going to happen. There'll be moments of doubt. There'll be times everything you believe would fall apart. There'll be times it will be painful too. There'll be times, even in your journey, you would feel like giving up. Life would happen to some of us in the journey too. I challenge you in the midst of life, in the midst of family situation, in the midst of personal situations, professional situation, school situation, keep believing, keep engaging, and never, never stop executing. Just keep executing. The beautiful thing is this: it's like taking a sledgehammer and hitting a wall many times. By the 100th time, the wall comes down. My question is, was it the first impact that took down the wall or the 100th impact? So the wall has been breaking at every strike till the 100th strike before it fell off, right? But ultimately, it's a accumulation of all of those little, small events that eventually brought the wall down. So I challenge you, as you embark on this journey, as you're executing on your dream, as you believe, as you engage, always remember you have seen far because you stood on the shoulders of giants. Giants like the Wanis Mamas, giants like Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, giants like Lema Bowie. These are people that have paved the way for a lot of us. And giants like my mentor also, Unama Okarafo. So, always remember that you are a force of nature. You are not alone. You are with community of successful women, visionary women that have paved the way for you over time and have opened the doors for you too. So go, hold your head high, be proud of all your achievements, be proud of all the people you come with. You are not alone. You are coming with forces of nature, people that they are trailblazers, people that have paid the price to get us here. So hold your head high all the time and be proud. And finally, this is your time. It's time. At the end of the day, always remember, execute. transforming your challenges into your opportunities. Believe your past does not define your future. It's not relevant. At the moment, it's where we are right now. What are we going to do about it? And finally, keep engaging. United voices create powerful change. Be the force of engagement in your community. And ultimately, welcome on board. I'm honored. I'm just blessed to be a footnote in your story of greatness. So go shine. Thank you.